Today I bring to you guys 5 pro tips for beginners, for amateurs, for anyone who just plays Clash Royale. These tips will help you, I promise. I'll be showing you things from how to fully counter a Mega Knight and activate King Tower with only 2 elixir. Yup, you heard that right, 2 elixir. To many tips for free-to-play players and how to level up your account so much faster. I really do hope these tips actually help you guys. I spend a decent amount of time making and editing these videos, so if it helps you, comment down below and let me know. Without any further ado, let's hop straight into the video. Alright, so as we already know, something has to be on the sides of the screen, otherwise it'll be too boring. But I don't have a lot to put on both sides of the screen this time, so on the left side I'll put what tips we've done, and on the right side I'll just put a picture of something like I always do. Anyways, for our first tip, it's going to be that we need to be activating King Tower when we can. So, for example, I'm going to show you guys right now how to activate King Tower if they throw a Mega Knight at bridge with literally 2 elixir. Alright, so 1 spirit and 1 skeletons, or 2 spirits. But watch. So all I do is I place the skeletons right in the middle so he jumps, and then after he's done jumping, I place the spirit towards the King Tower, and then he will walk to the King Tower, and then he'll start punching on it. I mean, it takes a little bit of damage, but in return you get the King Tower activated, and both towers are shooting at him, so he dies pretty quick. This is really important, especially if like a opponent is really aggressive at the beginning, and they're just like, I'm just gonna throw a Mega Knight right at bridge, rather than wasting, you know, whatever elixir you have. If you have skeletons and a spirit right up, you could literally just do that, and then you have free King Tower activation right off the beginning, because that is the best time to activate King Tower, is right off the beginning. I mean, it's good any time of the game, right? But like the best time, most optimal time is right away off the rip. So the next card that I'm going to be showing you how to activate King with really easily is going to be the Firecracker. Now, when you see an opponent place a Firecracker at bridge just like this, all you have to do is place any card, it could be literally be a spirit, right where I did there, kind of off to the side a little bit in front of the King Tower, right where this Musketeer is getting placed, and the Firecracker will shoot, and then the ends of it will connect to the King Tower, activating King Tower. Now, most opponents probably won't throw a Firecracker right at the bridge. I mean, some definitely are going to, but you'll find yourself in this scenario when like they're done defending and they used a Firecracker to defend, and then the Firecracker ends up walking down. So if it is below half health, don't worry about it. You're gonna waste your card because it will die. But if it is at full health Firecracker and it's walking down the lane, you can then use that for free King Tower activation, just like so. So for the next way that we're going to activate King Tower is actually if they decide to throw an Electro Spear at bridge. You'll normally see this, you know, if they're trying to cycle, but all you have to do is place the skeletons close to the back. It doesn't have to be skeletons, it could literally be a spirit. You have to place it 1 tile behind, or 2 tiles behind the Princess Tower, and 3 tiles to the right of the Princess Tower. So 2 back and then 2 right from that tile, basically. It's right on the path. It's the only tile. It's like close to the King Tower, but not. And you can place any card, and the Electro Spirit will electrocute the Princess. It'll electrocute the skeletons or whatever you placed, and it'll also electrocute the King Tower, activating King Tower for free. And they were just trying to cycle to get to their Hog Rider or whatever. Now, for the second to last way that you can do this includes a tornado, and when they throw a Hog Rider at bridge, all you have to do is place the side of the tornado, like the very edge, on the Hog Rider, and then it'll bring it right into the King Tower, and he'll get a couple hits, but he will activate the King Tower. And you can actually do the exact same thing with a Goblin Barrel. As you see here, the Goblin Barrel gets thrown, and you just place the tornado so that the 2 goblins get pulled in, 1 dies, depending on levels, maybe it won't, maybe it will, and they'll get a hit on tower and activate the King Tower as well. All of these ways to activate King Tower are super duper useful because activating King Tower early on in the game and even late in the game can really help with your defense a lot. So just make sure that if you see one of these opportunities pop up, that you are actually, you know, taking advantage of that and activating the King Tower. Now, for our next pro tip, it's going to be protect your evolutions. And what I mean by this is, I'm not talking about evolved Mega Knight, evolved Knight, evolved RG. I'm not talking about any of those. I'm talking about like evolved Firecracker, evolved Bomber, evolved Musketeer, evolved Hunter, anything like that that you have. is super crucial to not only defense but offense, and we want to make sure that we are protecting those evolutions for as long as we can, as well as cycling to them as quickly as possible without, just throwing it at the bridge, because those are both extremely crucial in our gameplay and can help, they can determine a game super easy. One of the best ways and most efficient ways to do this is if you're playing Evolved Firecracker, for example, and you know that they have a spell that will kill it, you're going to want to try to wait for them to play that spell before you actually play your Evolved Firecracker, so that way you're getting the most value out of that Firecracker. And the same goes for Bomber. If you know that they have arrows or fireball or something, just wait for them to play it, and then you can play your evolution. It's just super important to protect them because they unfortunately are kind of the backbone of your deck. I mean, I think evolutions are a good thing, to be honest. I think it's a good thing that Clash Royale added those, or Supercell, I guess, added them into the game. I think it increases the skill gap a lot, or the skill roof, I think, a lot. But I do think they should make it maybe a little bit easier for newer players to obtain, or not even newer players, just players in general, because for free-to-play, it's definitely not easy to get them. But if you do have an evolution, make sure that you're protecting it. It can really, really help your defense and offense, like I said, and it's just super important that you do actually protect it. Now, for the third tip, I want to emphasize this one a lot for anyone who's free to play. This is going to be collecting masteries, completing masteries, getting your free daily stuff, doing the challenges, doing the clan war battles. They'll give you like 2,000 gold. This is training days, so it's only 400, but in the actual battle days, it'll give you like 2,000 gold, and it'll help your team get like a good chest. Make sure you're checking the shop to get your free stuff. You can use a little bit of gold to get a bunch of cards. I've seen a lot of players complain about, oh, they're not getting enough cards, they're not getting enough gold. Anything like that is pretty easily fixed with card masteries. And the way that they work is they'll always give you the card that the mastery is on, so like Firecracker, it'll give you 100 Firecrackers or something. And it's like the easiest one to do. And then like this, you can get wild cards if you're on the second step of the second tab, and then the rest of them are mostly gold, so you can get a ton of gold from masteries. But the way that the mastery tab works is by the organizing is it goes from the closest mastery to the farthest mastery you are from completing. So the ones when you click that mastery tab that just shows all the masteries, the top ones are you're like, those are the ones that you're about to complete, and then the bottom ones you're not really that close. But make sure that you're doing the challenges to get trade tokens, anything like this. Just make sure you're doing it, because this is how you level up a free-to-play account and get it to be decently leveled without paying any money, because it's free to play, right? So you're not paying any money. So completely free masteries are super duper good for getting wild cards, gold, and cards themselves, as well as getting badges to flex on people, Now this next tip is going to be more of a gameplay tip yet again, but if you guys didn't know, skeletons counter a ton of stuff just by themselves. One of them being Bandit, another being Mini P.E.K.K.A, as I'm about to show you here. Mini P.E.K.K.A can be fully countered, literally just placing them kind of in the middle. You don't even need both towers to shoot at the Mini P.E.K.K.A, to be honest with you. Like, they do enough damage by themselves. Another card you guys may not know the skeletons actually counter is Sparky. And all you have to do is just place them so that they are around the Sparky instead of in front of it. And as you can see, they will literally fully counter the Sparky for 1 elixir. So that's really, like, I didn't even know that until like recently. It's really, really good. And there's loads of more cards that literally just skeletons can counter. But these are the 2 ones I just wanted to show, I guess. But yeah, just make sure you guys are using those skeletons like that. Also, they're really good for kiting stuff and bringing them over. So, like, cycling skeletons is good, but don't waste them, you know what I'm saying? Like, skeletons are really good, but I just wanted to show you guys how they counter, like, Sparky. Like, I didn't even know that, bro. I didn't even know you could counter a fully Sparky with just skeletons. I didn't even know that. But this last and final tip is going to be a little bit specific, but it's really useful, and it's a gift. If you're going against Hog Rider Earthquake, most people will place their cannon like that, which works, but the Hog Rider does get a hit, maybe 2, depending on levels and stuff like that. So you guys want to make sure, if you know you're going against a Hog Quake player, you guys are going to want to place your cannon really high. That way, the earthquake, when they try to get it to connect on the tower, will completely miss it. Now this works for other cards as well that are using earthquake, but as you can see here, I place the cannon high, and then when they earthquake, it completely misses, because they're going to try to always get that tower damage as well, and that didn't even have both towers shooting, because the other tower was gone. So just placing it high like that can literally flip a game, you know, potentially if they're like looking for that damage when they're really getting aggressive in overtime. Just simply throwing it high could just throw them off, because they're gonna want that tower chip, especially if your tower's on lower HP than theirs. However, I do want to say, don't ever pre-cannon, because they're gonna see it and then be able to earthquake just like that, and it's gonna cost you more elixir. So if you're playing against Hog Rider Earthquake or whatever deck Earthquake, don't pre-cannon, because that could potentially sell your game as well. You just gotta make sure to not pre-cannon, and then when they Hog Rider, then you can place the cannon high. But yeah, if you pre-cannon that, they can just earthquake it, I mean, just like that. So that is gonna wrap it up though for all my pro tips today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if you did enjoy it, if you want more pro tips or whatever type of content you guys want to see. Gonna try to push to 9K trophies maybe eventually. I don't know, bro. It's difficult, I can't even lie. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video, let me know. Thank you for watching. Peace out.